24 identical bikes, 24 very different riders, 6 months and 13 races to win £15,000 and a place on the Virgin Mobile Yamaha British Superbike team. This is the R6 Cup. This week the R6 Cup comes to Rockingham Speedway, but inspectors have declared the track surface unsafe for racing and there's nothing speedy happening so far.
It's not looking very promising, I would have to say, but they're saying that they're going to try and re-remedy the situation. I don't know. That's it. Well, there you go. Welcome to Rockingham.
If the riders get on the track, this will be round 7 and the leaderboard looks like this. Benji's the championship front-runner, just 3 points ahead of Tommy Hill, with Victor Cox's astounding win at Brands Hatch taking him to 4th overall. Ollie Bridewell's in 13th place and Alistair Bailey's in 16th. Missing this time is Rusty Hodgson. He's lying 9th but spent 3 days in hospital after his crash at Brands Hatch.
Kyle T-boned me, I think, really, and I had nowhere to go, but I tipped in and he came up the inside and I just felt a big bang and I fell off the side of the bike, and then the footrest, I think, gouged into my leg, and then I sort of skidded across the road, and I wasn't sure what happened initially, and I jumped up, but then I could see blood coming out the side of my leathers and I couldn't figure out whether it was just a scratch or what. So they got me to the side of the track and I sort of laid there for a while. And then I pulled my leathers off and I could see this, like, the big hole in the side of my leg. And then they called an ambulance and stuff, and I think they brought the pace car out. And then I've just been laid in hospital ever since, waiting to get them to put me back together. If they don't get to me soon, they're going to be treating for malnutrition, not just a bad leg.
It was a long way for half a lap. Not even half a lap, right?
And a lot of money.
And quite a lot of money too.
Rusty's hoping only to miss 1 race. Kyle Bryce, his nemesis at Brands Hatch, also crashed, but amazingly escaped unhurt.
When did you see the crash? On TV. You come walking out of the woods like with a bit of thing in your head. That's really funny.
I walked over to him and I cried. Really pathetic. So I all came out. I was really worried. Even the, professional riders, they say he's lucky to walk away. And if you hear that, it was a big crash.
No, I'm still in one piece.
Yeah, I fell off right in front of him. It was just weird the way it fell. I was just going along the straight, on the brakes, nowhere near the corner. The front just went. It was like...
What's unusual about this picture?
Jimmy's in there.
Yeah, you're on 2 wheels, you.
Also on 2 wheels here at Rockingham is a new boy on the grid. Bob Collins is 21 years old and a Londoner.
Started racing, pretty much this year. No racing experience before that, other than a few track days and a bit of Domino's pizza experience through parks and alleyways. That's about it, really.
It has a bit of sparkle, and who knows? I mean, the guy is pretty raw. He's not seen a lot of the tracks, but what he has been doing has been quite amazing. I think he's been winning a lot of races, lap records, and things like that. So we might find a new star.
I am the George Best of the paddock.
But despite all the work, inspectors are still not convinced the track's safe. Looks like Bob might not be making his debut this weekend at all.
The circuit was re-inspected at 7 o'clock this morning, and we still concluded that those affected areas were still unsuitable for racing. There is no doubt about it that this meeting is at risk. There's no hiding from that fact. But there's also a distinct possibility that it might take place.
Well, I'm really disappointed. I mean, this is a Premiership motorcycling. We shouldn't be Mickey Mousing around like this.
They sandblast and they're chemically clean. And the riders mark time. They try hot air jets to dry it off. And the riders mark more time. Michael Rutter and Leon Haslam are reduced to playing video games. So no action for Bob so far, although it sounds like he's seen quite a bit of action in his time.
Hit a car at about 80 miles an hour and ruptured my lung, collapsed my spleen, broke 9 ribs, one of them was floating, died twice in an ambulance, got resuscitated, had 14 units of blood, but it was off an old man because I woke up all miserable and grumpy and I needed a piss. So I guess I was quite lucky.
So Bob's hardcore. What about the others?
Macho man or new man?
New man, definitely.
Bit of Karen and Sharon sort of person, really.
New man.
New man.
Definitely not a macho man. some big stuff.
I'd like to be a macho man.
Macho man.
Yeah, macho man, yeah.
Macho man, obviously.
Ashley Scott has been bike racing's top performance psychology coach for 3 years.
I've never met a winning racer who is a macho man. I don't think you can be, because there's too much involved, there's too much at stake. You need to be able to think, and you need to be able to perform in a controlled way. Being a macho man just doesn't cut it. Macho men tend to talk about it rather than do it. These guys do it.
Ashley Scott might think macho men have no place on track, but we persuaded some of the guys to try Zorb running, a sport that started in New Zealand and really takes balls.
You're in a bouncy ball. It's not going to hurt, is it? Yeah. What's scary about that?
Nothing as long as you don't mind falling arse over tit going down a hill.
Hi guys, welcome to Zorb South UK. This is the Hydra Zorb. This is your challenge today.
Yeah, you got to stay up on your feet. So I was in the bar last night, 17 or 18 pints, and I stayed up, so I'll be good at this.
You've got to run and dive in here, and there's about 3 buckets of water in there with you.
I do have a bath like every now and then, maybe, you know, once every 2 months or something, so it shouldn't be too bad, you know.
And then you've got to run as far as you can down this hill, okay?
I do a lot of running, so I reckon I could break the record here today. It's halfway down that hill with the record, so I reckon I'll be past that before I'm on my ass.
First up, or possibly down, is Alistair Bailey. Confidence as ever. And he does incredibly well, almost equaling the record.
Jump out. Jump out.
Well, that was dead easy.
I'm afraid of the wind, actually. I don't want the wind blowing me over that next field with the cows, because I'm not too keen on cows, because I like them, but they might crush her.
I don't know really. I suppose if you're fit, you're going to do good, because so say you have to run like a little hamster. So no, I'm going to try and run as fast as I can. I'm not sure how I'll do, but it'll be good.
The Vicar, Martin Jessup, and Daniel Bray didn't do so well, although amazingly, Martin Jessup managed to keep his hat on. Rusty covered himself equally in water and glory, almost beating Alistair Bailey's impressive run.
It's like a washing machine. It's a water slide without a slide, isn't it? You're in a ball instead.
Benji was enthusiastic. Ollie Bridewell positively elegant. And the Vicar, oops.
That's an experience and a half.
So who's most impressive in the big ball department?
Alistair and Rusty are the winners.
Back at Rockingham, repair work on the dodgy track surface goes on. It's a rider's home technique. And tactics off track.
I don't know what's happening to you.
The riders do finally get on track for less than half their usual practice time, but Alistair Bailey's still optimistic.
I just love it round here. I go really well. I really like the twisty stop-start stuff, and yeah, no, it's just fantastic. Absolutely love it. I'm well confident I can do very, very well here. So.
Although after all that waiting, he's nearly barred from the track because he's not had his leathers scrutineered.
No, you're not going out. No.
Even Alistair Bailey can't buck the system.
Big sign there, it's a scrutineering.
Luckily his kit checks out and he's off.
He wants a podium this weekend and nothing less so.
If I don't, everyone will call me anyway, so better wait, Ed. Don't want to be a do I?
I think they're all very brave lads to be out there at the end of the day.
Being me is like watching a new baby being born. It's magic. Magic.
What's the matter?
He's in fourth at the moment, about a second off the pace. So.
No one's going to be catching me this weekend because I'm just going to be on it all the way, son.
He's dropped down a bit now. He's line 8th at the moment, so he's got a lot of work to do.
The practice run's not everything Alistair wanted, and he's disappointed at 7th fastest.
I'm not quite so confident now, as you can tell, but I'm going to give it my best shot and see what happens. But yeah, I think it'll be all right.
The grid positions tomorrow will be according to championship positions, which is good for some.
Once that green light goes, go for it. That's all I do anyway. So.
Bad for others.
Mortally disappointed that we ain't got a qualifying. It just means that I'm going to have to get it together in the race straight away and push.
A bit off about having to start on the 4th row of the grid because of championship placings, but it should be a good race to watch today.
And no help at all to new boy Bob.
Glad I got to start at the back and work my way through. Surprise a few people, hopefully. If not, I don't have to worry about too much.
After the break, meet the power behind the horsepower. Things get bloody for Benji. And who's going to make it to the top step of the podium this time?
The Brits are taking a break. But don't worry, because the Yanks are back on FTN.
Unbelievable.
With a brand spanking new season.
How great is that?
Catch the original masters at the makeover. Before they catch you.
I don't want you to get beat up at the bus stop.
All new and exclusive.
That was fun. I could see the rage in his eye.
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy US. Monday and Wednesday at 8.
Actually, that wouldn't have gone so well.
On FTN.
I'm starving.
Who wants the meatballs?
Me.
Ooh, that looks so good, Mama.
It is, Papa. It's a new My Dolmio. It's a good, proper food, but it's made for kids.
Ah.
Not so fast. Now go and ride 50 times. My Dolmio is a proper food for proper kids.
It's a My Dolmio.
When's your Dolmio day?
Many a fortune hunter has been lured to their death here in Namibia's Skeleton Coast. But I'm heading now to one of the biggest diamond mines in the world. Don't want to get stuck out here without any water, that's for sure.
Find more real adventure at nissan-adventure.co.uk.
You think you look the business. She thinks you look overworked. React.
An innovation from L'Oreal Men Expert. Hydra-Energetic Anti-Fatigue Moisturizer. Hydrates and recharges your skin for a lasting, healthy look. Hydra-Energetic from L'Oreal Men Expert. Expert technology for every man's skin.
And now for dull grey skin that looks like it needs a holiday?
Discover new Hydra-Energetic Tanning Moisturizer with a hint of self-tan. From L'Oreal Men Expert.
You're worth it too.
Welcome aboard.
Pirates.
Good as ever, just so you know.
Set your alarm. Land of Leather's 12-hour sale this Thursday, one day only. Save £600 on this 3-seater twin recliner, only $399. Save £500 on these 3- and 2-seaters, now only $499 the pair. Save £1,100 when you buy these 3- and 2-seater recliners, only $599 the pair. No deposit, nothing to pay for a year, and immediate delivery on thousands of suites. Land of Leather's 12-hour sale, one day only, this Thursday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at a store near you.
80333. See hot videos of girls in your area now. Just text chick to 80333. Check out Dirty Tracy from Croydon's sexy suspender striptease. Or how about Naughty Mink Sharon from Brighton as she gets hot under the covers. To get these babe videos, text chick to 80333. Over 35,000 sexy babe videos from all over the UK. Subscribe to 6 Naughty videos now. £3 per week, that's just 50p each. Text chick to 80333.
New volume shocking from L'Oreal, the only mascara to win the Marie Claire Prix d'Excellence 2006. First define for a scaffolding effect, then comb for a perfect dose of volume. Mind-blowing. Up to 12 times more volume. Volume shocking. Award-winning volume shocking from L'Oreal Paris.
Because our eyes should be able to look and feel as good as they possibly can, buy one pair of glasses from Boots Opticians and get the second free.
This is the dark side of Vancouver.
God bless chaos.
Da Vinci's Inquest, Wednesday at 9 on FTN.
It's Rockingham and round 7 of the Virgin Mobile R6 Cup, but these riders love more than just the bikes.
Breast man or leg man?
Breast.
Breast.
Leg and bum.
Breast, man.
Breast. Nice big.
Both.
Leg, man.
Legs.
Legs.
Leg man.
Nice skinny ankles.
Breast man. Breast. Big time.
I don't know, a bit of both. I see a bird earlier on with a nice bird.
One of the ways in which the R6 Cup differs from normal racing is in that all 24 bikes are looked after by one team of 6 mechanics. And although they might not like to admit it, they look after the riders as well as the bikes.
I suppose I worry about them while they're out there. I don't know, it feels, don't you ever, don't know. It's a cracking bunch of lads, and it's top quality racing. And I suppose I care for them, you know.
Talking of the cracking bunch, they're getting out on the track for a morning warm-up.
I'm doing it for those kids out there.
What a great bloke.
He's talking.
And the mechanics are ever attentive.
Just twiddling his knobs. Riders like to have the knobs twiddled from time to time, and he just came in for a quick twiddle. That's technical jargon, you wouldn't understand that.
And it's not just mechanical skills they have.
There you go, living-proof mechanics can read and write. Amazing.
This time there's disaster for James Edmeades as he injures his foot. Turns out James has problems with his suspension, and mechanic Rue explains compression in a way James will understand.
And you drop the top off, and you give them a good squeeze like that. Yeah. Well, that's compression. Yeah. Right, how it goes in, that's compression. And then you know when you let them go, and it sort of takes a little while for your finger marks, and there's a bit of redness, and then that disappears. That's the rebound. That's rebound.
And how are things going for the new boy?
3 seconds quicker, but still not good enough.
No rest for the mechanics. Before they can eat, they have to change every tyre in the garage. Do they have favourites?
What's that lad's name? Greg? Bob, the new lad?
I don't know.
Bob Collins. Number 99.
Collins. Yeah.
He is quick, isn't he?
I would like Karen Clark to be.
Rusty. Rusty. Yeah, boy.
The man.
And we all fancy Kylie.
Yeah. He's just dead sweet, isn't he, that? Yeah.
And talking of favourites, who's most likely to win here at Rockingham? Well, looks like Benji's made things extra difficult for himself with a racing manoeuvre on a weenie bike that could only be described as...
stupid. I don't want to hear you coming in complaining about your knee, else I'll punch your head in.
No, I was just trying to wheelie it and I dabbed the back brake. It's really sharp, front went down, so I went over the handlebars. It's grazed my hand and grazed my knee. And it's sore when I bend quite a bit when I'm on the bike.
Cal's as competitive as ever, even after Victor Cox trashed him at Brands.
Victor Cox wouldn't beat me at a wheel in a million years. He wouldn't beat me on a racetrack, normally. I must have had an off day.
Kieran Clark has had plenty of practice on the track this week, so he's quietly confident.
Me and Cal was here the other day, and I think it's going to be good. Me and Cal was busting some good lap times, and I think we've got superior lap knowledge.
The injured James Edmeades is getting a bit of TLC.
My ankle kills, it hurts to walk on, but we should be riding later, so I've got to go and get okayed before I go out.
Will he be allowed to ride?
As long as I can move my foot like that, so I can change gear, and yeah, they will.
And what's the feeling in the Alistair Bailey camp?
It's going to be a bit painful for me to watch, I think, this weekend.
It's bubbling. Oh, I feel sick. That's about it, really.
Yeah, that's the way it looks to us, Ross. But now it's race time, and this is where some mechanics' devotion to their riders goes above and beyond the call of duty.
It's a bit of a tough job, this, but somebody's got to do it. I don't like it, and I take no pleasure from it at all.
Thank you very much.
Benji's happy in pole position.
Ah, no, you are. Yeah, I always get you, don't I?
Oh, your lucky charm.
Brands Hatch winner the Vicar is uncharacteristically nervous.
My guts are a bit, feeling a bit dodgy. I think I'm going to have to empty my load in a minute, see if I can feel any better after I've done that.
But as usual, Dad's there to advise and encourage.
If you want it, go and get it, mate. It's down to you.
Even Peter Ward's smiling in the sun.
Well, what can I say? I've got the best looking brolly.
Oh, yes. Always. My only rider.
And you, boy Bob?
Just going to try and stay on the bike this week.
Sounds like a good plan. And they're off. Tommy Hill on number 8 gets a great start, followed by Benji and Peter Ward in 3rd. But Pesky Pete wants more. He passes Benji and he's gaining on Tommy.
Should be a good race to watch today. I think there's going to be some real excitement out there.
Coming into the chicane for the 2nd time, Benji miscalculates and both he and Peter end up having to run off track at the corner. They rejoin the race, but back in 9th and 10th place. Tommy is typically building his lead ahead of Cal's number 35 bike in 2nd, and the Vicar looking good again in 3rd. That's Kieran Clark in 4th, and James Hillier in yellow in 5th. But Kieran's not happy back in 4th, and his number 74 bike takes the Vicar's place in 3rd. He looks like a man with a mission, and he is. And the mission is to take Cal Crutchlow's place in 2nd position. Which he does. James Hillier, meantime, has come off into the mud, but soon remounts and joins the race. James Edmead's weekend, however, is going from bad to worse. Never mind that dodgy ankle, get a load of the dodgy bike.
Just went bang, blew itself apart, caught on fire, and not good. No, not my day, not my weekend, I want to go home.
Safety car's out. That's just cocked up another race.
With the safety car on the track, all the riders have to bunch up and no overtakings allowed. But once it goes, Kieran Clark gets bouncy, trying to catch up with Tommy Hill. This is Kieran Clark with his determination and focus in top gear. And just a few corners later, he takes Tommy. Kieran really starts to pull away, and then the next time into the dreaded chicane, it claims another victim. Tommy Hill, who runs off the corner to rejoin the race back in 5th place. Is Kieran unstoppable?
Come on!
Now the battle's on for 2nd and 3rd. Cal Crutchlow on bike 35 finally loses it to the persistently pesky Peter Ward on bike 32. And the thin man's peskiness knows no bounds. He's gunning for Kieran, and eventually, with a little help from Kieran's little wobble, gets him and takes the lead. Never want to appreciate that less is more. Alistair Bailey has a huge wobble. His number 6 bike carries on without him. Good job those leathers were checked.
Broken arm and a broken foot, so, but it's all good. I mean, you know, I'll still be there next weekend, watching.
Haven't seen him come by yet.
Pardon?
Haven't seen him come by.
Meanwhile, Pesky Pete on bike 32 is still in the lead, but the orange leathers of Kieran Clark are looking threatening, and before long, looks like Pete's been tangoed. Cal Crutchlow adds insult to that injury to Pete's pride by snatching 2nd place with less than a lap to go. But his number 35 bike isn't there for long, because number 32 comes right back through to take 2nd behind Kieran Clark's very stylish first win of the season.
How does that feel? Yeah, absolutely fantastic. That chappy, I don't know, I just wanted to grab hold of him. Oh,
This is why we come racing. It's the reason why we come racing is to win.
Eventful. That's probably the most exciting race we've had this year, I think. Not bad. Not bad. Enjoyed it. Better than crashing, put it that way. A few airy moments, so I'm telling you.
It's been a bit of a hard work weekend, but once again the R6 Roadshow, but he saved the weekend. I think it was a great race. Well done to the boys.
Kieran's in his element.
That's what I'm here for. You know, the kids. You're here for the kids. I raced for the kids. I won for the kids. I'm signing the autographs for, you know, the kids.
Kieran's mechanic Greg is leaving a happy man.
Yeah, excellent. Couldn't after a better send-off, could you, than having a win? I've just got to convince Rob to let me come back for Cadwell Park and Donington. So we'll have to go from there.
New boy Bob managed to make his mark in the first race, albeit not on the podium. Carl Ogden's dad's accusing him of overtaking Carl when the safety car was out, which is not allowed.
There's been a few complaints which I think are complete. So hopefully they got it on camera and I won't be found guilty, because I don't think I was. There's someone else involved that won't be found guilty as well. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm going to disappear before I punch someone in the face.
And looking forward to Donington, the leaderboard looks like this. Tommy Hill now leads 2 points ahead of Benji. Kieran Clark's win takes him into 4th place, and Cal's 3rd gives him 5th. Alistair Bailey's fall means he gets no further up than his 16th place, and new boy Bob Collins in his first race hits the championship board with 2 points. In 1 week's time, the R6's got to Donington to play with the big boys at the MotoGP, and Alistair Bailey's determined to be there even after this. Find out if he makes it next time on Natural Born Races.
I wouldn't mind next week, mate, but I've cracked like all the way along there on the joint of the wrist, so they say I'm not allowed.
Ashley Hames takes an amazing globe-trotting journey of self-discovery.
I forgot to put it off safety.
Man's Work, Tuesday at 10, exclusively on Bravo.
Sorry, Jane Danson, we cut the price of your miraculous pregnancy story, but don't worry.